All right, Dave, what's going on, man? It's great to see you. It's been too long, and I'm really excited to share you with our audience and have them hear about some of the stuff that you've been up to, and especially this new initiative you've got going.
Hey Jim, it's great to see you. It's been quite a while, so happy to catch up with you and to tell you about the work that we're doing in Haiti.
Love it, man. So for people who don't know, Dave, we actually had you on the podcast way back, like one of our first podcast recordings. So folks, just check Dave out on our podcast if you'd like to know a little bit more about his backstory. And maybe it's time we had you on for round two if you're interested.
Definitely.
And then, because I think that'd be fantastic. Always good to talk shop. Folks, check out, what's your Instagram, Dave? Is it at Haiti Basketball?
Exactly, at Haiti_basketball is our Instagram.
So folks, definitely check out the work that Dave is doing. He's, as you know what we're about. He's using basketball as the platform for a lifetime's worth of meaningful education, and he's doing it a ton of different ways. Make sure you check it out. Today, Dave, we wanted to learn more about some of the kids who have essentially come through your program and been so successful, they're off to college. Can you share a little bit about that story and tell us what it looks like?
Yeah, so when we started the organization in 2013, I always told people our goal wasn't to necessarily mold future professional basketball players. It's great if we have a kid who's talented and who could make that leap into becoming a professional basketball player. But as folks who work in sports, Jim, you and I both know that most of us just don't have the DNA to become professional athletes. You were luckier than I was in that sense. Now you got a taste of it.
Luck is the right word, because I barely a taste.
Yeah, so the idea really behind our organization is really to use basketball as a tool to mentor and educate youth, to allow them to become civic-minded professionals who could contribute to the betterment of their communities and the world, really. And so we have a number of kids who've gone through our program who are now college age. We have 8 of them currently enrolled in universities, and 5 of these students, they've received full tuition scholarships from our organization through a partnership we have with one of Haiti's top accounting and business administration colleges to allow these youth to study business administration and accounting at that college. And we have about 10 or so of our kids who just graduated high school, and they're awaiting the results of their state exams to know if they'll be able to move on to university. And we expect that all of them will have the positive results that they'll need to make that leap. And so we have a growing number of our kids who are in college right now, or who will be going to college. And so we're extremely proud of them. And we're really looking to expand our scholarship fund to allow all these kids to be able to go to college and to provide them with full tuition scholarships.
It's incredible, Dave, sincerely. And yeah, I don't know if there's other words for it. You're just making it happen. You're actually progressing people in families and in areas who, here's what I'll say. It's impossible to know what the trajectory of those young people would have been without you. But it is fair to say, just from, I'll only speak for myself, just from what I've seen, from knowing you, the people that you've surrounded yourself with, it's fair to say that minimally, the kids that you work with stand a far better chance at being successful in no small way. It's just inspiring. It's inspiring. Yeah. And I hope so. Haiti's been in the news here a little bit. I just felt like the timing was right to get you in front, like I said, of our audience, because I think, am I right to say that basketball to Uplift Youth of Haiti is always looking for donations, and especially at this moment in time, those donations would be funneled toward essentially these scholarships, right? Allowing these young people who've done so much amazing work to actually capitalize on sort of the next level of their education. Is that a fair way of putting it?
Yeah, definitely. Especially since a lot of the youth from one of the two neighborhoods where we work at, Martissan, they've been going through a really tough time. As you mentioned, Haiti's been in the news quite a bit lately. First for the assassination of President Moise, and later on the earthquake that happened on August 14th. But before either of those two things happened, there's already a very difficult situation in Martissan, the neighborhood where I was born and raised, and where our first site was launched in 2013. You have warring gangs in that neighborhood that have made life a living hell, really, for folks in that neighborhood. And virtually everyone who lives there has vacated the area. And there was, the war that broke out on June 2nd, and a lot of the kids that we work with and their families, they really just evacuated with just the clothes on their backs. They didn't have time to take any of their belongings. And so now we're in a situation where the school year is about to start on September 6th, and about 2 weeks or so. And a lot of these folks are in a very precarious situation where they're not able to go back to Martissan, so they have to find new places to stay and to start the school year. And they're in need of clothing, shoes, and school supplies to start out the school year. So we're trying to gather as much funds as possible to help them. We're going to have a back to school event on September 4th. This will be our second back to school event that we're doing, and we're going to be giving out school supplies and shoes that the Good Athlete Project is gathering up for us to provide to our kids. So we're very excited about that, and we're very grateful for your support.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and that's a message when he says grateful, that he's talking to anyone out there who's listening to this. So like the efforts of bringing the shoes together, the cost of shipping them. We are going to try to pull together some school supplies as well. So thank you to those who've kind of been on the the Good Athlete Project team for so long. But like you said, and then once that's sort of the immediate need, obviously, and I'm really sorry to hear that. We've talked about it before. But one thing that doesn't get to us always, doesn't make the news around here, is maybe we hear about the tough stuff. What we don't hear about is a bunch of local kids in a basketball-based organization are now off to college. You know what I mean? And what a wonderful story that is. That doesn't make the headline around here, unfortunately, but it's happening. And to anyone listening, they could sure use your support. So you can reach out for us some more details. But like I said, I'd recommend heading over to Haiti_basketball. They have a link on their Instagram page and the webpage, I believe, or whatever you think the best option is to donate there. So.
Yeah, folks, as you mentioned, folks can go on our Instagram page, Haiti_basketball, and also our website, HaitiBasketball.org, to make donations and to find out more about our work.
I love it. Well, Dave, thanks for all you're doing, and we will definitely connect again soon.
Sounds good, Jim. Thanks again for your continued support.